Around this time last year, I made this tail, and I was thinking, why don't I make a smaller version because I haven't actually made a tail since then. Here's the process and somewhat of a tutorial of me making them. So like always, I started out with a giant piece of paper that I patterned into being the tail. I basically just drew out the shape I wanted, then cut it out, and I would trace that on a giant sheet of fur. And it was at this point of the project I realized I wanted to make two tails. I did a quick vote for the colors on Instagram and cut out some pink and black fur off camera. Now that I have them all cut out, it was time for me to sew the little pieces together, and then it was time for me to attach the big piece to the little piece. I did all of this using blanket stitch, but I'm pretty sure you can use different stitches too. And after a long time sewing, I finally finished both of the pieces, so the front and the back pieces that I would end up sewing together. I also finished the ones on the black and pink tail too. And as I said, I have to sew these together, but inside out, so I can flip it back to normal when I'm done sewing. And now I'm done. All I have to do now is flip it back to normal, which takes a little bit, and here's what it looks like unstuffed. Here's what the black tail looks like currently, and I just flipped that one back to normal too. And now it is time to stuff and add the belt loop. You basically just put the polyfill into the tail and kind of distribute it a bit. Then you cut out a foam circle and you hot glue that inside of the tail, and then sew a little minky belt loop on top of it. And then you're done. Here's how the finished tails came out. In the end, I ended up really loving the black and pink one, and the pink and white one did cause some trouble when I was making it. You have to position it a certain way with your belt, otherwise it like moves around in the loop and the tail looks weird on you. They're so fluffy. If the fur ever looks kind of messed up, if you don't have a fur brush on you, you can literally just grab and shake it and the fur will be so soft afterwards. Here are some of the angles on the tails. These are mostly like glamour shots, just so you can kind of see what it looks like. And they wag really well, so when I try them on, you'll really be able to see that. Now, what I've kind of noticed is that the pink and white tail kind of curves to the side, similar to like how a real tail would work on a dog. But when you wear it, it really isn't a problem. So let's get into the tail showcase. Okay, so here's the pink tail. As you know, it's kind of been a problem to work with, but if you adjust it right on your belt loop, it can work really well. I'll be selling this tail for $38 USD on Etsy, and this tail I'll also be selling there for $41, and the only reason it's more is because I feel like it's softer for starters, it wags better, and in general, it's just a better tail. And my Etsy link is in my bio. So thank you so much for watching this video, and if you're interested in these tails, then please feel free to let me know, and have a nice day.